Good afternoon. My name is April Baskin. I am the chairwoman of the Erie County Legislature in the city of Buffalo in Erie County, New York State. And I am currently running to leave the county legislature and move on to the state legislature as a New York State Senator for Senate District 63. I got my start in 2017. I originally am from the city of Buffalo. I migrated to New York City, downstate, to pursue a career in arts education. And after spending 10 years in New York City, I found myself with a failed marriage and as a single mom of a little baby girl. And I decided that I was going to go back home to Buffalo and rebuild my life. And I got back home to Buffalo, embarrassed, feeling like a failure, had to go on social services to survive and support me and my daughter, and just really, really was focusing on ways where I could get back out of this small town, Buffalo, and live my life. And the longer that I stayed in Buffalo, the more that I learned that since I had left in my 20s, Buffalo had grown and it had changed. And there were a lot of things that were different, but there were a lot of things that kind of had stayed the same, stagnant. And I began to fall in love with making change with those stagnant things. And I joined AmeriCorps and went back to college to finish my degree, and was approached by the Democratic Party about my skill set and my leadership. And they said, "We think you'd be a good candidate to run for office." And I was like, absolutely not. I do not want to live a life like I'm on the episode of Scandal or The West Wing. And they said, "But you have a heart for people, and you have a heart for helping people who have had struggle like you have." And so I thought about it for a little while, and I decided, why not? It was a four-way race, four men who all had come from political experience and very, very strong backgrounds. And then there was me, this divorcee who had just finished her college degree on social services, single mother, in the biggest unexpected transition of her life, stepping up to say, you know what, the people in this community have gone through the things that I've gone through. And if somebody's going to represent them in county government, it should be me. I beat all four men my first time out running for office. And immediately after getting sworn in, the county legislature decided that they wanted a new, vibrant, unpolitically untainted leader to be the majority leader. So I was only the second person in history to become majority leader upon being elected to office in my first term. A year and a half after being the majority leader of the Democratic caucus in the county legislature, the chairperson who presides over the legislature moved on to become a city court judge. And the honor of the House tradition is that whoever is the majority leader in the absence of the chair becomes the chair of the legislature. And there was a lot of scrutiny there because April Baskin had never been elected before, and she was in her first term. But my colleagues believed in my leadership, my hard work, and my passion for translating my story and my struggle and identifying it to what my constituents go through. And they said, that woman can lead this body. So I became the first person in history in 2019 to be the chair of the legislature in their first term. And I was the youngest person in the history of the legislature to ever chair that body. And in that time, I've passed 18 different local laws. I have reformed our county jails. And when the Buffalo Bills NFL team wanted a new stadium in Erie County, I'm the person who stepped up and said, you're not getting public dollars for it without reinvesting into our communities. So those are some of the claim to fames of April Baskin, how I became a county legislator, and the basis on what is going to catapult me to being a great New York State Senator.